Hello guys, it's Eglow here. You're welcome to my YouTube channel. You're welcome to this tutorial. If this is your first time here, please do it to give this video a thumbs up, like the video, subscribe to this channel, comment, share this video with others so that they can also learn from the knowledge as well. And also turn on the notification button, right, so that you can be the first person to be notified anytime I post valuable content like this. And if you are a returning subscriber, I appreciate you. Thank you for stopping by once again. Trust me, you guys are my MVPs and you are the reason why I keep showing up every week on this channel. Right, so today's video, right, is going to be something different. We are going to be doing something unusual, right? Because if you are conversant with this channel, you agree with me that every of our videos is per topic, right? Where just pick a topic, treat the topic, either skin retouching, color grading, background manipulation and all of that, you understand, right? But in this video, right, we're going to be doing something different. So, and that is why you need to watch this video from beginning till the end. Don't skip, right? Because that everything we'll be doing in this video are interconnected and interrelated, you understand? So if you miss a part, you may find it difficult to get another part, you understand? So what is it major that we'll be doing in this video, right? I know that's the question I'll be bubbling in your mind. Okay, stay calm. Now, what we'll be doing in this video, right, in this tutorial, so we'll be doing three things. You understand? We'll be doing three things, right? So I'll be doing color grading, right? I'll be doing retouching, and I'll be doing background manipulation. You understand? Like, this is a complete package. You understand? This is a complete package. So go nowhere, stay calm and stay tuned while I unveil the magic, right? So we're going to be doing it together. Make sure you stick to this video and watch the video from beginning till the end. So now, if you look at this picture now, right? Okay, now let me show you the final result. If I am going to show you how I arrived at this result, you understand? I'm going to show you how I arrived at this result. Now this is the raw image. You understand? This is how the picture was taken directly from the studio. You understand? Now we are taking this picture now to Photoshop, where we'll be doing all the magic, and I'm just going to use Photoshop and Camera Raw. That's all. You understand? So I'm just going to do that. So enough of the talk, and let's get into it. So I'm moving this picture to Photoshop now and kickstart the journey. All right, so now we are here in Camera Raw now, right? So the Photoshop took us directly to Camera Raw, right? But now, even though I'm going to use Camera Raw to do one or two things to show you, right? So I'll still have to take it to Photoshop first and come back to this Camera Raw, and I'll tell you why. So let's go there first. Open. Right, so we are here in Photoshop now. Right, so the next thing to do now is to get rid of all this empty space. I just pick my part 2 now to get rid of this one. Right, just get rid of this one. So this one now, I can actually cycle it and fill it, right? But I'm not going to use that method because in my previous videos I've been using that method. So I'm going to use different method now to do this one. So this one I'm going to pick rectangular, right? I'll just press N from my keyboard. This is rectangular. I'll just do something like this. You understand? Do something like this. Can you see it now? So you drop it first, then press Shift from the keyboard and drag it to the extreme end. This is magic, guys. This is crazy. You can see. So now mark it. Yeah, it's a left. Can you see, guys? It's fill it once and for all. You don't need to enter key, click, press delete and all of that. You understand? It's very, very easy. So I'm going to do same here. Press M to pick the rectangular 2. Then just like we did before, something like this. Then drop it. After dropping it, press Shift from the keyboard, come here and drag it to this side. You understand? Let's drag it up. Okay, good. All right. All right, so now the next thing now is to resize the picture to Instagram size. The standard is 4:5 or 5:8. That's the standard for Instagram size, right? So you just pick your crop to, then drag it. Once you drag it, like make sure you drag it till it's filled the entire part of this thing of the frame, the background. You understand? Fill it. Alright, so let's centralize the picture. I'm sorry, let's centralize it. So this is more like it. So come here, put it on content aware and click. So now we're waiting for Photoshop to fill up the blank space or spaces now. Right. Good. So we have our picture resized in Instagram size now, right? So zoom in so that you can see it very well. You can see, all right? You can see. So guys, you need to like really pay attention to everything that we'll be doing in this picture, right? Because now I'm even seeing that I am even going to do more than I said earlier from the beginning of the video. You understand? Now, if you look at this place now, I'm going to adjust this part. You understand? Because you know this lady is a curvy lady. This person is a curvy person, right? But if you look at here now, so I'm going to make sure that this curve is well pronounced, right? So, and I'm going to use a Liquify tool to do that. So, please don't fast forward this video, right? So, make sure you watch every step because every step counts, right? So, let's go. So, the next thing after this now is to go to camera raw and color grade our image first. You understand? So we are going to color grade the image first before we come back for the next thing. And to do that, we're going to duplicate the layer. I've explained why, you know, before you perform anything, right, or before you apply any effect, why you need to duplicate layer. It is very important because if at the end you discover that there is a mistake, it will be very easy for you to just come back and adjust it, right? If you work on the original background or the background layer and there is mistake along the way, it will be very difficult. So you may be, you may be forced to delete the whole thing. You understand? So you're just going to come here and right now the background layer has been duplicated. So come to filter, go to camera raw filter. Right, good. So guys, I've done a video, like a comprehensive video on color grading. You understand? So where I took my time to explain how to color grade images. You understand? And I use a very sweet image. I'll drop the link on this video so that you can check it out. Also check the channel and see various videos that you know, beneficial that you need to watch and gain a whole lot from. Right? Good. Now we are here now, right? We are just going to do one or two things, right? Before you do anything to your images, right? You need to look at the image and see what needs to be improved on, or what you need to adjust and what you need to leave, right? Now, if you look at this image now, you discover that they use hairlight, right? Like the person used hairlight, and as a matter of fact, the hairlight was even the major light that falls to her face down to the shoulder. You understand? So the other light from this end seems to just a soft light that just pass through the front. You understand? So it is the hairlight that performs it. However, the hairlight now has it's now creating a flare. You understand? Like the light in a way was trying to come into the camera and it's kind of creating a flare. You understand? So we are going to correct that, and at the same time make sure that we tune the skin tone very well. You understand? We make sure that the skin tone is mature enough that the picture look sweet, because if you ask me now, it's just there, it's looking flat, right? So there is no dynamism. You understand? So, and also the background also improve on the background. So you just watch and see how we'll be doing it, right? All right. So now let's come to color grading. This color grading. So when you come to color grading, right, you see mid-tone, shadow, and highlight. So ideally, you are supposed to, that's under adjust, right? Ideally, you are supposed to work on it separately, right? Mid-tone, shadow, and highlight. You understand? Because of what we need to do, because of the various things that we need to do to this picture, right? So I'm not going to take you through that journey. I'm going to take you another shortcut because I really don't want to take that long. I really don't want the video to to be that long. You understand? So now the next thing, now if you look at it now, you have the mid-tone, shadow, highlight, and master. And we have the mid-tone, we have the shadow, mid-tone, highlight, and global. You understand? So this global now, the other name for this global now is master. Let me just use that word master in the sense that whatever you do here on this glow bar affect the whole thing, affect the highlights, affect the shadow, and affect the make too. And that is what we'll be using in this color grading segment. You understand? So I don't want to take you through that, long route where I'll have to explain make tune, shadow, and highlight differently. You understand? So I'll just get there. Now click on glow. When you click on glow bar, right, you see hue, saturation, luminance, these three, right? So what you're going to do is, okay, let's zoom in the picture a little bit, right? So what you are going to do is increase saturation, increase saturation, right? To a point where all the color in the frame will pop out, all the color in the picture will pop out, both the background, the skin, the dress, the hair, and everything will pop out very, very well. You understand? Now, okay, this is like 20, this is like 27, right? And this is fine. Now, we have the color. We have all the colors popped out now. The dress, the background, and the skin, right? So the next thing is go to hue. When you go to hue, you're going to play with red, you're going to play with yellow, you're going to play with green. But before you do that, you need to look at the skin complexion of your subject. You understand? So if you look at this person now, you agree with me that this person is a bit fair. You understand? This person is a bit fair. So which means we may not need to actually play with so many colors for us to get what we want, right? So we're just going to go straight to the segment of yellow and see what that will give us. So drag your hue to yellow. Drag it to yellow. Don't do it too much so that you will not miss it. Okay, this is 35. This is 35. I think this is fine. This is fine for me. Right, let me show you the before and after. This is before, after, before, after. Now, if you look at it, you see that it's not just even the skin tone, right? It's not just even about the color. Even the highlights and the shadow, they are all coming out. Look at it. Let me zoom in so that you can see it very well. Now look at it. Look at it very well. You can see. You can see. You can see that everything is right. It's well pronounced now in a way. Now, so the next thing to do is close this part, and come to curve. So when you come to curve, right, so we're going to play with this. We're going to play with highlight, light, darks, and shadows, right? We're just going to play with them. The reason why we need to play with them is, this part is very important. When you have a picture or when you have an image that you want to do dodge and burn for, you understand? So this part will help you to actually skip that part by the time you get to Photoshop. This will help you to do the dodge and burn perfectly. You understand? So you just need to adjust the areas that you need to adjust. Now, we are going to add a little bit of light so that the highlights will come out more, right? So let me zoom in so that we can see what we are doing, right? So now bring down the dark a little bit, bring down the dark a little bit, so like -8. Now the shadow, are we going to increase the shadow? We are going to reduce it. You understand? So we are going to reduce the shadow a little bit. Why? Because of this flare. You understand? Now if you look at it now, if we increase it, you are increasing the flare. But if you reduce it, you are reducing the flare. Can you see the difference now? Can you see the difference? So we are going to reduce the shadow to like -8 as well. You understand? -8 as well. Now let's come to highlights now. The highlight now also deals with the brightest part of the skin, right? We just want the highlight to be well pronounced a little bit. And it's not just about the brightest part of the skin. It also deals with, and it's not just about the brightest part of the skin. It also deals with the skin texture. You understand? If you increase it, right, it reduces the skin texture. So it is not just about the brightest part of the skin, right? It also affects the skin texture. So we're not going to do much about that. So we just add a little bit of, let's say 5. Yeah, good. So 5. This is good. Now let's check the before and after. This is before, after, before, after. Can you see? We've not gone far, right? Can you see? Before, after, before, after. Look at all the colors. So after that, now come back to color. So under this color, right, we are going to add a little bit of vibrance. Vibrance. The vibrance now will help you to blend everything together. You understand? It will help you to blend all the colors together. So we added the vibrance. We've added 5 of vibrance to it. Now, so the next thing now, after that, is come to this light. You understand? Come to this light and add a little bit of contrast. Now here now we are going to add a little bit of shadow. You know, before we did not add shadows, right? We are going to add a little bit of shadows now, and I'll tell you why. But let's add contrast first because of this flare, right? So let's add a little bit of contrast. Let's say, yeah, 6 is okay, right? 6 is okay. Now you cannot, cannot add shadows now. You can see, you can see, you can see. So you cannot add shadows like, let's say 8, right? So this is before, after, before, after. Now, if you look at it now, this is before, after, before, after, right? Guys, this is sweet. This is sweet. Trust me, this is sweet. So I think basically we are done here, right? So if you do it, okay, come back to color. Let me explain something. If you do it and you discover that, oh, this is too much, right? You can come to the temperature and reduce it. If you feel like it is too much, you can reduce it. If you feel like it's okay, you can leave it. If you feel like it is not enough, you can add it. You understand? So I have no reason to add because I think I'm okay with it. You understand? I think I'm okay with this, right? So let me show you again. Before, after, before, after. So we are heading straight to Photoshop now. All right, good. All right, guys, we are here in Photoshop. So let me show you the before and after. This is before, after, before, after. You can see. All right, so the next thing now is to make the layer. Command E from the keyboard and make the layer. All right, so after making the layer, what is the next? The next thing is to liquify this part and make this shape come out very well. You understand? Make this curve come out very well as it ought to be. Now what are we going to do? We're going to create another layer. You understand? Just like I said, it is very bad to work on the default layer or the background layer. So Command J from the keyboard to create another layer. So come to filter and come to filter and click on Liquify. Liquify. You are going to Liquify now. You're going to use Liquify now to adjust that part. So I pick my brush, right? So zoom in the picture a little bit so that you can see what we are doing. All right. So this ought to come out a little bit. This part ought to come out a little bit. You can see what we are doing. So this ought to come in. Can you see? By the time we are done, you're going to see it, right? Can you see? Can you see? Can you see? Can you see? So just take your time and do a clean job. Don't rush, right? I usually emphasize that don't rush, right? So you're just going to, adjust this a little bit. Like this, even here, you need to come in a little bit because every adjustment counts. You understand? Every little adjustment counts. Bring it out a little bit. Before, after. Guys, can you see? Can you see? Can you see? This is crazy. Guys, this is crazy. Before, after, before, after. So I think I still need to adjust this side a little bit. guys can you see? So you need to be very careful, right? Because what you are doing now, it's just like you are correcting her shape, right? So if you did not do it well, you may end up giving her a different shape entirely, right? And that would disfigure, that would spoil the whole thing. Right? So let me show you the before and after. This is before, after, before, after. Guys, you can see that we have what we want now. So let's go to Photoshop. Okay, and everything is well pronounced now. All right, let me show you before, after, before, after. All right, good. So the next thing now to do is to change the background, right? So we're going to change the background. We're going to manipulate the background before we finally retouch the image. You understand? So all right. So the next thing now is to separate the subject from the background, right? Now we want to manipulate the background now. So the next thing we're going to do is to separate the subject from the background. And how are we going to do that? We're going to select the subject, right? And then separate it from the background. So now come here and click on select subject. So Photoshop is selecting the subject now. So when if you look at it, right, you discover that the Photoshop will not do the work on 100% for you, right? But to select the larger part of the whole thing, right? So you are going to manually, do the whole selection, right? Like the areas that are selected that you don't want to be selected, you deselect them. The areas that are not selected properly, right, you are going to manually select them. Now if you look at this part, right, it is not just about the subject. Even every object in the frame we need to be selected, you understand? So let's just go over it. So it is advisable that that you zoom in your picture so that you can have a good selection. Right, so zoom in a little bit. Good. So take your time and do a clean job, don't rush, because this is like the most complicated part of the whole thing. Once we are able to properly select the subject and separate it from the background, trust me, the rest is going to be very easy. Right, good. So select this part too. Yeah, good. You can see. I know you'll be wondering how we're going to do it without losing this shadow, right? Trust me, we're going to do it and everything is going to look very natural. You understand? So you just stay tuned and go nowhere, right? So please, if you watch this video to this very moment, do it to give this video a thumbs up. And if you're here to subscribe, please go ahead and subscribe to this channel, because that's the only way you can encourage me to keep showing up on the channel every week. Thank you so much. So let's also select the hair, right? You can see you need to select it properly. You understand? Good. That's beautiful. Okay, let's check. Yeah, good. Amazing. Amazing. So if you are a creative, like a Photoshop user, and you're watching this video, let me know in the comment section what year of Photoshop do you normally use to perform your magic, right? So I'm using Photoshop 2024, like the one with AI beta. You understand? So let me know in the comment section the version of Photoshop you normally use to also perform your to also carry out your work, right? So I think if you ask me, I would say that to a very large extent. We've been able to properly select the subject, right? Good. Okay, let me select this part. All right, good. Good. I think we are good to go now. This part we can actually select it. We can actually leave it, but I think I just want to leave it. I'm going to blend it together and you see it. All right. Now, so we're going to feather it. We're going to feather, right click, come to feather. We're going to feather it to like 2. Okay. Right. So now to separate the subject from the background now, we are going to command J from the keyboard. Command J from the keyboard. Now let me show you the subject and the background have been, has been separated. Right now, look at it. Can you see? Can you see? All right. So after that, then click on the background layer. Click on the background layer and bring your props or whatsoever that he wants to do. He wants to do or whatsoever that I want to add to the background. Bring it and add it. All right. So let's go to my props. So guys, can you see? This is what I'm going to use to manipulate the background. You understand? Now, if you are used to this channel, if you have been following me, you know that I don't like it busy, right? If I'm manipulating background, I leave it, even if in as much as it's going to be crispy, right? I leave it to, I usually keep it very simple, right? I don't like it. I don't like it very busy, right? So I got this from Pinterest, guys. You can check this on Pinterest and various different background props that you can use for your manipulation, right? So I got this from Pinterest, right? So I'm just going to right click and move straight to Photoshop, right? So now we're dragging it to that picture. Drag it to that picture. Boom, we are here now. Yes, good. So you're going to expand it till it fill up the frame, right? All right, good. So it is just this part that I don't want this part to show, so I'm just going to drag it to this side a little bit, straight drag it to this side, straight drag it a little bit. You understand? Yeah, good. Now hold my shift and drag this one to this side. You understand? All right, so still gonna drag it. So now this is it. Now hit OK. Hit OK. You can see. You can see now. All right. So let me say this, guys. If you are manipulating the background, right, like you are bringing an external background to add to your existing background, so it is advisable that you go with the same color. You know why? Because when you go with the same color, right, it will be very easy for you to, you know, for you to blend everything together, for you to blend the two together, or even if they are more than, you understand, glow with the same color. And it's also advisable that if you have it in mind to manipulate your background, let the original background, that is the default background that you're using for the shoot, let it be a plain background. You understand? So this is not me saying that if there's no plain background, you cannot manipulate it. You can manipulate it. You understand? But it's advisable that you leave it on plain background. And if you're bringing in an external background, let that external background in a way or in color blend with the original or existing background. You understand? So that, it will be easy for you to blend everything together, right? So let's play with overlay. Now we've dropped it. Let's play with overlay and see how it is, right? Now this is overlay. You understand? This is overlay. Now we've overlaid it now. Can you see? This is before, after, before, after, before, after. Can you see? Creates more contrast, create more contrast and more dynamism. You understand? It makes it more, it looks more unique. Now we're going to do something now, right? So I'm going to hide it. I'm going to hide this external background and use mixer brush to mask it in the way that I want it. You understand? You see this part, right? You see this part here? I don't want it to show here. You understand? I don't want it to show here. I just want it to be around there. Just want it to be around here. You understand? All right, good. Let's go. So come to layer mask, click on layer mask, click on this layer mask thumbnail. this white this thing here. Now command I from the keyboard to hide it. Command I to hide it. So after hiding, you're going to pick your brush, not mixer brush now, brush 2, you understand. So let's increase the opacity and flow to like let's say 80 80. Yeah, 80 80, 80 80. Yeah, good. And let the foreground be white, you understand, like I usually explain in my previous videos. White is to reveal, while black is to hide, you understand. So now we've hid this here. What we are going to do now, we're going to reveal it. So if you are going to reveal it, which means the foreground will have to be on white. But if we did not hide it here, right, and we want to reveal it, we're going to use black is to hide, white is to reveal. Now if we hide it, we're going to reveal it with white foreground. Take note. All right, so just go ahead and just start painting, right? Just start painting, just start revealing, you understand. Just start. So don't rush, just do it gently, just do it gently, you can see. Just do it gently, right, and save. You can see, you can see that nothing happens to the shadow still remain, right? So just take your time and do a clean job, right? So it's looking crispy already, you understand, trust me. So let me show you the before and after, right? So let me show you the before and after. This is before, this is after, this is before, this is after. Before, after, guys, you can see this is before, this is before, this is after. Before, after. We'll merge the layers together now. Let's merge the layers, merge the layers, right? So now we need to fill up this, we need to fill up this space, right? We need to fill it up. All right, drop it, hold shift, then drag. Yeah, cancel. Right, beautiful. All right, good. So before we go into the retouching proper, we need to still like adjust the background and get rid of some things, right? All this all this dirt, and need to get rid of all these parts. Need to get rid of all these distractions, right? Good. Yeah, good. So just go through the background and see the areas that needs adjustment. All right, good. All right, good. So just do all this. These are very, very important, right? Because this is what will make your work to stand out, right? Get rid of all these distractions and all of that. So in case you are wondering which tool I'm using, like this, I'm using patch 2, right? I love it. It's very handy. We're going to use mixer brush. By the time we are retouching the image proper, I'm going to use mixer brush to blend it, right? So guys, if you watch this video to this very moment, please do well to give this video a thumbs up, and if you're here to subscribe, please go ahead and do that, and I really appreciate that. Thank you so much to my amazing subscribers from Nigeria. God bless you guys. Amazing subscribers from United States of America. Thank you guys so much. From Ghana, Kenya, from India, from South Africa. Thank you guys so much. I see you in the comment section. I'll not take that for granted. Thank you so much. All right, guys. I think we are good in a way, right? The shadow here is kind of too much, right? The shadow here is kind of too much, so I'm just going to right click and fill. Let me see what it will give us. Let's fill that part. So it's filling that part now to reduce the shadow there, right? The shadow is kind of looking too thick. All right, good. So this is what we have. So just drag it here, and I think so. Let's just drag it here. See. Pick my patch 2. Yeah. So let's fill now. So you can see the Photoshop is filling that shadow now. It's filling that edge, right? Because we're also looking kind of too sharp, so I don't want it. So I want Photoshop to help me fill it and blend everything together. So that's what we are doing now. All right. You brought this thing, that this thing here. Okay, I'll just drag it down a little bit because I don't want it. All right, good. We're good to go. All right, guys, we are good to go. So the next thing now is to go ahead, start retouching proper, retouching of our image. You understand? So come to my action, actions, then frequency separation, 16-bit. Then when you play the action, so to bring the radius like this, you can see Gaussian blur the radius. You have to choose the number, right? So in my previous video I've explained extensively, like in details, how you should choose the best radius number for your image, right? Whether you have a full a full picture, or a close shot, or a headshot, right, or a portrait. So the the best radius digit for your retouching. So I've explained that in details in my previous video. Do it to check them out, and you'll be glad you did. I'm going to use 3 for this, right? So okay. All right, so pick our brush now. Brush. All right, so I'm just going to leave my brush settings, right? So this is wet 25, low 21, mix 25, flow 22, and this 10, right? So I'm just going to leave the settings there, right? So I'll just go ahead. So I want to play with the background first. I want to smoothen the background. All right, so just blend it together, and All right, I think we are good with the background now. We're good with blending of the background now. So let's zoom in a little bit and start the skin retouching proper. All right, so start retouching the skin. Like I used to say, right? Please don't drag, right? You know, the skin texture, the human skin tone is divided into three, right? We have shadow, highlight, and mid tone. You understand? So highlight has to do with the brightest part of the skin. If you take picture, the brightest part of the image is the highlight, why the darker part is the shadow. You understand? So the space in between these two is the mid tone. You understand? And retouching generally has to do with your ability to blend these, these categories together, your ability to blend the three together: highlight, shadow, and mid tone. You understand? So that's what retouching is all about. So don't drag, just take your time and do a clean job. You understand? Touch the picture proper. So take your time and just brush through the skin. And let me show you the before and after. This is after before after. You can see, right? So keep everything natural, like keep it natural as much as possible. Before after, before after. So make sure you retouch every part separately. This is the highlights now. This is highlights because since the light falls majorly on this part, you understand. Retouch each part separately before you blend everything together. So take your time and do a clean job. You understand? Don't rush. So don't rush. Just take your time and do a clean job. Blend the skin together. Blend everything together. Guys, as a matter of fact, we are not done with the color grading yet too. Like, you understand, after retouching the image, I am still going to color grade it, right? But that one is not something serious. I'm just going to play with like basically either two things, yeah, to just like make the colors align. You understand? That's what we'll be doing in that one. All right, so guys, let's zoom and see. This is crispy. Let me show you the before and after. This is before, after, before, after. You can see that we've been able to blend everything together. So now we're going to, pick the blemishes, right? These spots that you're seeing, you're going to pick the blemishes, and that's all right. So come to high frequency. My favorite tool in picking blemishes is clone stamp, right? So clone stamp here, good, here, good, just like this, and you're good to go. Pick all the blemishes and you are good to go, right? So just pick all the blemishes, and yeah, I think we are good in a way. Yeah, we're good. Nothing much, nothing serious. The brush strap. Yeah, I think we are good in a way. We are good, right? So I just pick my mixer brush to just blend through it a little bit. Yeah, blend. So all right, guys, let me show you the before and after. This is before, this is after. No, this is crazy. This is before, this is after. Wow, I think I love it. I love it, and trust me, this is crazy. This is good. All right, this is good. So the next thing now is to just go ahead and whiten the eye, and boom, we'll be done. All right, come to this adjustment, click on black and white. Click on black and white. So drag the reds and yellows to the extreme end, these two to the extreme end, and the command I from the keyboard to hide it. Command I from the keyboard to hide it. So this time I'm going to use brush to, not mixer brush, just big brush to decrease the opacity to, like, let's say 30, then the flow, let's say 40. Yeah, this is good. Yeah, that's fine. So just brush through it. Yeah, just brush through the eye. Whatever you are doing in Photoshop, right, make sure you keep everything natural. You understand? Because that's the beauty of editing. Like, generally, that's the beauty of retouching. Your ability to keep everything natural. That's what will make your work to stand out. Don't overdo anything. You understand? Now we're going to reduce the opacity. Reduce the opacity to, like, let's say 50. Yeah, 50 is okay. You understand? All right, this is good. This is good. So just like I said before, that we are going to play with some colors to blend everything together, right? So come to adjustment layer, color balance. You understand? Like, I'm going to use this color balance now to blend everything together. Just watch and see. So on Mic 2 now, just drag this thing, the cyan. You're going to play with cyan. 8 is okay. Cyan. Then I'm going to play with yellow as well. Let's say -4. Yeah, good. Now let's play with shadow. Yeah, you can see. You can see. So you're going to add a little bit of shadow. Let's say 2. So I'm going to leave yellow like that, right? So come to highlight. Okay, highlight now. Let's say 15. You understand? Let's say 15, right? So let me show you the before and after. This is before. This is after. Before, after. You can see that the skin tone popped out more. You understand? So let me add a little bit of yellow here. Let's say -2. Just good. You understand? Good. So now come to level adjustment to add a little bit of level adjustment so that the picture can come out of the background a little bit. So you're going to add like let's say 4. This is too much. Yeah, 4 is okay for me. So come to this extreme end. This is before, after, before, after. You can see now, right? So now if you look at this now, you see that the picture is looking kind of too red. You understand? The picture is fine, right? It's fine. The editing and the blending and everything together is fine, but it's looking kind of too red, a bit too saturated. So I'm going to reduce it. So come to this photo filter, click on photo filter. When you click on photo filter, come here and select cooling filter 82. Cooling filter 82. So when you select cooling filter 82, you're going to have something like this. You understand? You can see. Let me show you the before and after. Before I do any adjustment, this is before, this is after. You can see, right? So we're just going to like reduce it a little bit, right? You're going to reduce it a little bit. Let's say 50. This is before, after, before, after, before, after. Guys, you can see. You can see. Let me show you. Let me zoom in so that you can see it very well. So this is before. You can see the yellow kind of too much, the red kind of too much, right? Now you can see the after. Now everything is calm now. You understand? Look at the way the cooling filter calmed everything down. This is before, this is after. All right, guys, so I think basically we are done with the whole thing, right? We are done with everything: color grading, retouching, background manipulation, right? So we are done now. You can see the picture. But now just study the background, study the color of the background very well, right? So, and let me show you the original background. This is the original background. You understand? The red here is more pronounced than this one. This one is looking kind of too yellowish. You understand? The yellow here is too much compared to this one. You understand? So, and now how are we going to blend it together? So that's what I want to show you now, right? So let me show you how we're going to blend these two together. Now just go straight to it. Select the subject. I've actually done a video on how to change your background color, right? So this is like a bonus, and if you're here to watch that video, make sure you check the channel and see how I change my background colors with ease, because I took my time to explain that in details. You understand? All right, so just select it just like we did before. You understand? So this time around, you're not going to leave any part. You're going to select every part. If you look at it now, you look as if what's this guy doing, this thing is okay now, but trust, by the time we are done doing everything right, you see that, oh, so take your time and do a detailed selection. It's very important. So zoom in a little bit. So now after selecting the subject like this, just come to this layer mask option, click on it, go to solid color, click on the color. You understand? Now the Photoshop has picked that exact color for us now. You understand? We don't need to change it. We just go ahead and make use of it, right? So just click okay. Now after clicking okay, right, so you come here and click on here. When you click here, so we're going to invert this color now. You understand? We're going to return this color to the background, because it is the background I want to change the color, not the color of the subject. So command I from the keyboard, command I from the keyboard. So now you can see this is actually the exact background color. You understand? So now come to blend mode option and click on multiply. So when you click on multiply, you're going to have something like this. So we'll just go ahead and reduce it. Yeah, reduce the opacity to like let's say 30. Yeah, let's say 30. This is before, after. Guys, can you see? Before, after, before, after. So now we are back to the original color now, guys. You can see. So let's make the layer together. Make the layer together. So guys, we've come to the end of this tutorial. If you watch this video to this very moment, I appreciate you. Thank you so much. If you'd like to subscribe to this channel, please go ahead and subscribe to the channel. Give this video a thumbs up, comment. Let me know in the comment section what you feel about the video. Maybe you have any question, you have anything you want me to talk about as far as retouching photography is concerned. Don't hesitate, do it to drop that in the comment section. I'm going to do justice to that as soon as possible, right? And at the same time, let me know in the comment section what you want me to talk about in my next video, right? See you in my next video. Bye.